It actually tastes really, really, really good. So if you'd like to try it out, just watch this video, write down instructions, which are pretty simple. You have yourself some lunch or supper. Today we're gonna be making a lasagna from scratch. I found some of these noodles. You can use any kind of noodle. Pre-cook them a little bit, just throw them into some water. Get them a little bit cooked. I found this at Costco, something different. I also have this from Epicure. Now in this spice, there is garlic. It's just like a herb mix that you can use with lasagna, chicken, pizzas. You can pretty much put it in anything. So like I said, there's herbs, there's onions, red bell pepper, garlic, black pepper, and spices. So Epicure has a lot of different things that you can order. I have a few unboxings if you want to check out what I have ordered from Epicure before, because they do have some pretty awesome stuff. In a lot of their spices, there are no GMOs, so that is awesome. Then I'm just going to be using a tomato sauce, mixing my spices in. I'm going to be using cheeses. Now, I'm just going to use what's on hand. So I have just some cheddar cheese and some mozzarella cheese. I might even throw in some feta. It's going to be a different kind of lasagna. If you want to stick around and watch it, you're welcome to. I pulled out my hamburger a little bit later, so I'm just kind of unthawing it in some water so then I can fry it up before I toss it into my lasagna. So if you want to follow along, this is everything that I'll be doing. So just get some water in a pot. You want to boil that pot of water. Once it starts boiling, we're going to toss in some noodles. And then grab out a frying pan, and then we're going to toss the meat in the frying pan and fry it up. I'm not going to bore you with all the cooking behind the scenes kind of thing, but we have the water boiling. We have the meat going to be fried up here soon. So when the next step comes, I will bring you back. So my water is starting to boil. I'm going to toss in some of those noodles. The noodles will expand. I thought these were pretty cute noodles. They're like lasagna noodles, but they're itty bitty. So I'm just going to cook those until they're soft enough, but not completely like mush. So my noodles are starting to expand and they're getting a little softer. My meat is starting to cook. So I like to throw my spices inside my meat. I'm going to just add this roasted garlic pepper. I love spices, so I'm going to put a lot in. You guys don't have to put as much in if you don't want to. Hang on. I just love spices. I had to take the lid off because otherwise I'd be standing here all day shaking the container. And then I'm going to put some of this stuff in. Sprinkle some of that on. If you want to add some salt and pepper, you're welcome to add some of that. You can add whatever you want, depending on what you want your lasagna to taste like. I'm going to set that aside. So my pasta is cooked enough where it's not super mushy. It's got a little bit of firmness to it, but it's not overcooked and it's not undercooked. So next we're going to strain the pasta, and then we're going to add it into this bowl. So we're going to layer it with the cheese and pasta and meat, and then add sauce on. I'm going to lay some noodles down first. And remember I said they weren't all completely already cooked all the way through? Well, I'll show you why. You want the flavor of the other ingredients to soak in, and it'll absorb it and finish cooking in the stove. I put down the noodles, and then you want to sprinkle on some of your meat. I only put about a half. Now I have, this is just leftover feta. It is kind of watery. I'm just gonna leave some of that water in, and it'll absorb in the noodles. And then I do have backup, so I've got some fresh feta here. Again, I'm just using what I have at home for this lasagna. What I'm going to do is, this is just a double cheddar cheese. sprinkle some of that over. I love my cheese, so yum. Put quite a bit of that in. Take some tomato sauce, run some tomato sauce over top. Run some of your feta water on some Parmesan. And then we're going to do it again. Finish it off with your noodles. Or add your noodles on top of that. Put the rest of your meat on top. Add your sauce. You can dump the rest of the can of sauce on your lasagna. The rest of my feta water and cheese. Just cut some chunks and toss them in. This is if you guys like feta. If you don't like feta, don't use it. My husband, he's okay with feta. He's not a huge fan. So I'm interested to see what he'll say of this type of lasagna. Next, I'm going to throw on some more cheese. I did have 3 types of cheese here. I also have that was the double cheddar. This one is the old cheddar. So it's a little bit sharper. And then just top it off with your Parmesan. Whoops. So I laid down some parchment paper on top of a baking sheet. I probably could have put this in a larger bowl. I've been thinking about it and I think I'm going to put some more sauce on because I like my lasagna saucy. So if you don't want a lot of sauce, don't add more sauce. I usually put this under my cheese, but oh well, it is what it is. So I set the oven for 375 and we'll cook it for about 35 minutes. This looks pretty yummy. We're gonna have to dive into it and try it. So like I said, I put the sauce on top where usually I put it underneath, but I just added some extra sauce. It looks good. So we'll try it out and I'll let you know how it is. So I dug into it. This is what it looks like. You can see the noodles have cooked some more as it was in the oven. So this whole recipe that I just kind of threw together, it actually tastes really, really, really good. So if you'd like to try it out, just watch this video, write down instructions, which are pretty simple. You have yourself some lunch or supper. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Check out some of the other videos that I have posted in my playlist on this channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified for all videos.